In the left corner, we have JayTi7N.
Hello, hello.
That's me, not you,
I know.
doofus.
Shut up.
And in the right corner, we have JackJack1620.
Hi, everybody.
Fights! Ding, ding, ding! How's it going? And welcome to After.
It's
Raid
good, man. It is good.
Hourz.
Oh my god. You just dragged that one out.
I just wanted to, I'm just giving the people what they want.
Always. But no, things have been good. I can't complain. Weather's been nice. Flowers are blooming. I still love the wind as much as people have been hating it.
I love
That's
the
my
wind.
favorite.
I just love that it destroyed my fence. That's about it.
Yeah, it fucks things up. And
The
I
wind-
like that.
The wind's been kind of nice. I mean, the one thing I get solace from is that's pollination, baby.
Yes, exactly.
In the springtime, so hopefully we get a lot more green elsewhere.
I hope so.
And that means weird shit lands in my yard, like my accidental tree out front.
I like your
Stuff like
The
that.
tree's
So I'm
cute.
excited. I love it. It is still springtime, and I do appreciate we live in Colorado, which has 4 seasons, believe it or not, even though it gets a little warm.
Boom.
It's still spring. We have the nice spring breeze. It's not too hot like the other day. It's been kind of in the 70s.
Yeah.
For most of the week,
And it
so
gets
it's been
cool
nice to
in the
just
evening
chill
time.
outside. Cools down in the evenings. I don't have to run my AC or my swamp cooler or anything like there. I can get by with just a window and a fan.
Oh yeah.
And if that, I technically don't even need that. I just like the fan for air circulation. But
Fan's kinda nice.
but anywho, no, we're coming up on some pretty fun events. I actually like the water festival. That kind of dropped. I know we didn't know exactly what was happening last time, but then they gave us all the information for it. And I think it was a pretty cool event. The water festivals have always been pretty decent. So you're able to get the Scarf Lapras. Did you get a shiny? Did you try for that one?
The which ones?
The Lapras.
Oh, yeah, the scarf flapper.
The one that has a scarf. It's cute.
I didn't know. I was like, what the fuck did you just say?
It has a cute blue scarf.
No, I actually did get one.
A shiny one?
Yeah, I did.
See, the shiny, the blue on the purple or the magenta, or however color you want to call Lapras, that's a
lavender.
good look. The lavender, that makes sense.
Lavender Lapras.
Lavenderous. Yeah, the little fucking blue bow tie or whatever is really cute on it.
Dope.
It's really cool.
I was hoping they'd give him a special move, but they didn't. But
yeah,
either way,
they're like, well, you're just gonna get a cute Pokemon.
They're cute.
I want Lapras to have a baby form, but that's just me.
Or an evolution.
I mean, look, Gen 9's around the corner. I think we did eventually confirm it's in Spain or Spain related.
Spain adjacent.
Spain adjacent. That's a good one. Spain adjacent. So I'm excited for that. I think Lapras would be a great candidate because I heard rumors there might be another Diglett or some bullshit like that. But
they should make a crystal one.
Crystal
I saw
Diglett
someone's
might be cool.
Version of it, and I was like, that would be pretty dope. They're just little fucking death spikes coming up. I bet, yeah.
That'd be cool. I mean, as long as
kill
people
everything.
like the glass dildo Diglett or something. But anywho, the other Pokemon, much to my chagrin, that were released in the water event were Dupiter. Dupiter, most people are probably going to call it.
I call it Spider.
Spider makes sense. Dupiter is what they called it in the anime. Like the little announcers, Dupiter or whatever. And I only bring that up is because Trainer Tips Nix was getting fucking roasted because he called it Dupiter in his video, and all of his fans and people watching his videos it's Dupiter. And so then his video after that, he was like, "You guys owe me a fucking apology."
Yeah,
essentially,
showed Pokemon
because it's Dupiter, and I was like, "Okay, I get it." Yeah. I don't like it obviously because it's a spider. I do like the coloring, and I think it's a cool Pokemon.
Have you seen its shiny
It just
form?
gives me, the shiny's cool too
with the purple,
but it just gives me the fucking heebie-jeebies. And then Araquanid is massive.
And see, I've always liked those because those remind me of going back in the day fishing for crawdads at Sand Creek.
True.
Because they were always on the water
spiders?
Yeah, they're the little surface tension spiders. And they just glide. I'm like, those are so cool.
But like I said, I mean, you evolved your Dupiter, right?
I haven't yet.
Oh, evolved.
I should have one follow me, so you could just be a beast, a titan.
When I evolved it, and it is just massive. And then we had another Tapu come out. It was the Tapu Fini, which is kind of like Sexy Cloyster.
Yeah, that's an accurate description.
That's the way I could put it. Sexy Cloyster. I mean, Cloyster's kind of sexy enough, but whatever.
I'm just like...
but the event was cool. I mean, they had the global challenge stuff, so you got to see people working way harder than me.
And I was looking at some people's catches. People were finding shiny Mantine.
Yes.
On one of my baby accounts, I actually got a shiny Remoraid.
See, that's cool. That's
so
awesome.
I was like, oh my god! But I just wanted those two specifically, and Mantike to be a little more prevalent.
I wanted the Binacle.
I actually got one of those too.
Nice. I did not.
So like, oh shit.
I like this event mainly because the water events have, like I said, treated us pretty well in the past. So you got the new Pokemon, but then you also got a good pool. I think a pretty good, decent mixed pool of shiny Pokemon that people could find and kind of search for.
Definitely.
So you got, Tentacruel's always good. Slowpoke, there's a billion Slowpoke things out now. Goldeen, Staryu, Magikarp, Marill, Lotad, Surskit. I wish Surskit could have been shiny. I think that was one of the only ones that couldn't be during this event.
Yeah.
Carvana, Wailmer, Timpole. I could use more shinies of that.
Right, because his shiny is like a gold color, isn't it?
Yeah, and then Binacle, which, like I said, I wanted one. And then, like you said, if you're lucky, you could encounter the Poliwhirl, which couldn't be shiny, which is a fucking shame. Mantine, which could be shiny, which is really cool.
Oh,
I even got random.
What's Timepole's second form?
Because
he's in the wild too.
Yeah.
I actually ran to him. I was like, "What the fuck?" Let me capture his ass. I don't know. I totally forgot.
I just know Seismitoad and Timpole.
I don't know. I'll find him at some point.
Oh my gosh, I feel stupid.
I'm going through my inventory just shredding Pokemon.
Then they did change the 7K egg batch, so if you open gifts like psychopaths do,
what?
I don't open gifts. I have to cope. It's my copium. Why I don't?
Just denial.
Yeah, my copium. I don't open gifts because of X. Anyway, horrible. So they changed the 7K pool for the event. I like shiny Psyducks. I know I already have a couple, but it's like one of my favorite shinies for some reason.
It's a solid
that blue's
one.
Nice.
Honestly, it's the water event and the ghost event that I think have the best.
They end up
pools.
Yeah.
Even though again the grass, like when they do the spring, when they just had it for all the flowers, I thought it was fine, but I didn't think there was as many shinies, shiny potentials, or I just didn't see as many people like showing off their shinies again. So, kudos for the water festival.
Then there was the raids. Like I said, Tapu Fini came out, so Sexy Cloyster, and then for those that are enjoying the new Mega System, they had more Mega Blastoise, which was really cool. I like the new Mega System. I need to get Mega Altaria, which is coming out pretty soon. Same. I need to get more of that Mega Energy to get a Mega Altaria.
I felt like an embarrassment because I didn't have enough to evolve it. Like I was premature on that evolution. I was like, no.
Yeah, where's my rare candy? But for Mega Energy, right?
Right.
Anywho.
Or again, like how Beedrill has those missions where they'll just drop from stops.
Yeah.
I kind of find that annoying. I wish it would just be like Mega Candies in general, but obviously
like
that'd be too
mega,
easy.
And then you could like push it forward.
You could give it to whoever you want.
So I don't know when this will drop, but the event will end at the end of the week. But you had about 2 weeks to run it, and I think it was a good event. It was nice. It was a nice little change of pace, and it was like one of the ones that I liked. So that was kind of a topic I wanted to discuss. It was mainly like it feels like Pokemon Go is starting to get fun again, generally. Like, not that it wasn't necessarily fun, but it's just like
I saw
more things to look forward to.
Right, and I was looking at the competition they had because that was what one of the things is like double catch candy for that Pokemon. I think it was like I forgot how many water Pokemon need to be caught, but then they gave us like the 6 days. Now we're in like day 3 of it, but it gave us a boost in your catch candies. So yeah,
600 million
water types, wild. But again, between the globe, like I confident, and we did it really quick.
Yeah.
But once that was there, I was like, oh, okay, so things like Jupiter, being able to get his evolution was much easier because again, you could just search those Pokemon, give them a Pineapple, get 12 candies instead of just 6, and go from there. So that was dope.
Yeah, that was cool. This was what the other thing in this event is like, they did put a lot of good stuff behind the research tasks, because sometimes those feel forgettable.
Well, I always just, because there's not just a plethora of stops near my house,
right? I
hit like the 5 or 6, and then I'm done.
Yeah.
So I know there's some people that search, and I remember Discord back in the day used to be more active with people posting those things.
Yeah, like I want to find for this event, I was looking for Binacle, so I was looking for the Catch 10 Water type Pokemon type quests. That kind of stuff. So that was one thing that was more active in the Discord, which was nice. But what I was going to say is, like, in general, though, I think that was technically to incentivize you to go, quote, explore your cities a little bit more. Maybe go play in a place we haven't played in a while, like Wash Park or downtown.
True.
Not that I was going to for this event.
No.
But it's just like but it's an example, like, putting better stuff behind those things makes me kind of actually want to do it, as opposed to in past events, it's like I don't care about the stops. I'm spinning it for the items mostly, and then to lure up. And to lure up so then more Pokemon spawn at them, and that's about it. I don't care about the quests. Versus this one, if I'm hunting for something specific, and I'll look to spin stops, but also if it's something interesting behind every quest, I think that's helpful.
No,
there wasn't that many duds here, but we've seen duds in the past for sure.
Definitely, and that's where, again, like I think this event was great for that. The Pokemon were great. The getting extra candies is always a welcome thing. Obviously, there's always things to improve upon. So, like, again, maybe higher shiny rates for some of them. I rarely saw Binacle.
Mm-hmm.
I think I maybe caught like 6. But again, I wasn't playing. I became a filthy casual over time. But I've been looking at some of the players who've been catching some people are up in the thousands of Pokemon caught.
Yeah.
Since this event started. I'm like, insane. But also, that's kind of good because some players I thought just dropped off the face of the earth. So seeing some people have some numbers behind their name was nice to see.
But now Binacle's out in the wild, so.
Oh yeah, I'll hunt him down.
We'll find some Binacles.
Again, I'm trying to make sure FOMO doesn't control my life.
Exactly.
Or my choices.
And I guess that was another point. Is like I'm not saying that the event or the stops having good things incites FOMO, but I think it gives like a nice, because the event was pretty long. It gives you kind of a decent, healthy balance. Like I didn't have to go out and get everything in a 3-hour window, but then
or a day.
Or even just a day. But I think it was pretty good. So coming up in the future, there's also, so we actually participated in Raid Hour a couple weeks ago, right? Or last week or whatever.
No, it was like 2 weeks ago.
For the Megas, the Mega Latios and Latios.
That shit was dope.
Which were cool because, it's the first Mega Legendaries. There's 2 different things to hunt. Yes. 2 different things to fight at the same time.
And potential shiny boys.
And they could potentially be shiny. So it's like checking all the boxes as to why I would want to raid in the year of our Lord 2022, in the year of Arceus 2022. I just because I'm just rarely incentivized to raid, and that's a big thing I think we're missing. We've talked about it at length. People have come up to us a bunch. Why are people raiding? How do we get raid communication up? Still looking forward to maybe Aurora Masters 2.0 in the future to kind of help, help with that kind of stuff. But
that will be coming soon. Trust.
That was a raid event that we actually I usually don't do raid hours because I'm usually I do not care.
Fuck it.
But that one was fun. You got a few people together and it felt like old times. We just did a little raid train.
Oh yeah.
We ran around.
Thank you for the people who joined the remote raid invites.
Yes.
Because as soon as I figured out that select few who would, I was like, you guys are getting the pack.
And you guys are in every one of them. So it was really, really helpful because they're tough. They're mega legendary. So it's 84,000.
The other thing. CP. Some of them are definitely a bitch. But again, one thing to know when I do raid trains or whatever, once the raid trade begins, I am not on Discord anymore.
Right.
I am disconnected. We're just driving, fighting. So if you want to participate next time and you see JackJack 1620 saying, hey, I'm going to be doing a raid train, you need to speak up before the raid even starts. So the last 15 minutes you say, hey, invite me, send a friend request, or do whatever the fuck you got to do. But if I didn't have you right when it started, I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, and the nice, kind of like I said back in the day, what we used to do and what we did kind of with this one is we more or less plotted a course.
Yeah.
Before the raid hour started.
Always.
That way, everyone has a rough idea of where we're going, when we should hit them. Because to be efficient, really, you just fight it, catch it on your way to the next one.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
And I always thought a good methodology is just kind of cruise. So if you feel rushed, chill out. If you miss one raid, it's not going to kill you.
Right.
Just follow the group to the next thing.
Or have a lackey in the car
Yeah.
to help, like, hey, can you catch this while we're driving to the next raid? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Really simple, but really efficient, because you said in this case we only have an hour. It's not like the raid days of
It was like 3
yesteryear.
hours, but even then, that was still like...
But, I mean, we were just banging them out, like, clap,
Oh,
clap,
yeah,
clap.
like, we weren't even catching shit. Like, as soon as we were fighting, we were driving to the next location.
Yeah.
Whoever was the first to catch...
Basically
by
started
the next location,
raid.
start the next raid. And then everyone just had to hop in. There was no remote invite, so you didn't have to worry about lobbies filling up.
Yeah, it was insane.
But you just had to worry about people hopping in. The other thing I definitely recommend is being observant of your fucking environment. So I remember some past raid trains I was with, like Dotman X on. People, like, I forgot the white car, but they would just haul ass away. It'd panic people, so people were just diverging. And then when they parked right in the middle of, like, the radius that the gym took up. So then people are trying to park near them, and some people wouldn't be close enough to use that pass, and using remote passes and shit. So just be mindful. If you're the lead of whatever it is, give the people who are following your trail that space to fucking park so they can get access. Every now and then you might have one, and I think I try to keep a minimal, like, one raid where it's a remote pass.
Yeah.
It's at Pluto typically, because it's weird if your phone drifts or not, but whatever. Yeah. If you're able to use it, but then that's one where you would use it. But again, be mindful of your environment. If there's stops, if there's cops, you need to be mindful, because if you're just driving people, they're following your fucking lead. So you got to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Always.
For sure. But, like I said, it felt pretty good to do that raid train. Because, like I said, at least I hadn't done one in a long time.
A hot minute.
And so, those are things that helped build this community, and I think as we start to get more and more out there for events, I think they'll start building and coming back to fruition. So I'm excited about that. But anyway, I was going to say the next raid hour that's coming up, so I will be back in town for this because I'm going to New York for a little bit. But they're doing the Guardian...
just traveling everywhere.
The Guardian, Mr. Worldwide. The Guardian Deity raid hour. So it's going to be all 4 Tapus from 7th Gen. So we've already seen them. Basically, Tapu Koko, Tapu Lele, Tapu Bulu, and Tapu Fini will all be in that raid hour. So I think that's fun for me, because it's, I have one of each already, but, I could stand it. It's not like they're great in, battling or anything, or gym fighting or whatever, but, I like the fact that there's 4 things to fight. I think that's kind of fun. And I want to get out and use the 500 raid passes I've been sitting on in person anyway. So I think that's a good one. So anyway, if you guys are into that raid hours, you want to do a little raid train.
Are you going to be back for that?
Yeah, I'll be back on Wednesday.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
And so that's Wednesday, May 25th. But yeah, so I'm going to start looking for those types of things, and maybe we start doing like mini competitions or something like that. We're just really kind of having fun with it as Niantic figures out what the fuck to do to make raiding better in general. Which I don't know if that's even on the radar. It should be, but
I think the only way to make these raids better is if you do like a raid and then you're like, hey, we're gonna go get food after.
Which is great for us.
Like a local place.
Yeah, I was gonna say great for us.
Yeah,
and that's been some of the most fun we've had. The happy hour after, you feel like you've done a long, hard day.
I still remember my favorite memory was back when EX raids were a big thing.
Oh, EX raids! I kind of wish they'd bring them back, to be honest.
We were at the Solar System raid.
Yeah.
For Mewtwo. And it was like a bunch of us. There must have been like 19 of us there. Just for the raid itself. And some of us had passes, some of us didn't. We were just in the vicinity. And we were there just to like hang out. And then people were like, you guys want to go grab some beers? And we're like, yeah, fuck it. And we all went to Wing Hut. And it was just like a mob force. I think of like at least 10 of us.
Oh my gosh,
that group ended up going. And I remember like they were kind of freaked out because it was quiet. Then all of a sudden 10 people were just there, and we're like, surprise.
Yeah.
And they're just like, what are y'all doing? We're like, oh, we're just playing Pokemon. And they're like, oh, shit.
And and that was a nice spot because there's a gym and a stop there.
Yeah, so you could get yourself some wings. You could recharge. You can chill out in the shade. They have great drinks.
So getting back to doing that, I think it'd be fun because we got some events to look forward to in the future. I will reiterate, I kind of wish they would bring EX raids back.
Dude, I honestly think they are.
And make it to where, you have to be in person for it.
Yeah, they are. Because think about all the different fucking god tier
All the
Pokemon
super
that are in the
mythicals and
Pokemon.
legendary Pokemon that are.
They're just gonna have them in those things and be like, you have to participate. And again, I think their way of bringing it back would be you in-person raid at these locations. Again, they're only going to look at in-person raiders.
Yeah.
Because you're carrying the game. If you have to invite everyone to it, you're the one who's carrying, so you should get some sort of incentive for it.
I think
Would
that
be
makes
my
sense.
hope. And then for all those people who are just, remote raiding is my only thing, hopefully that would encourage you to get out. Obviously, there are those
There are circumstances. Yeah.
and that does suck if you're not able to get out there and do that. But I think they had improved the kind of turnaround for that.
Yeah.
So maybe it'd be a smaller percentage of remote raiders would get access to EX raids. But I think they're going to focus primarily on people who are physically present.
I think so too, and that makes sense. I mean, that falls in line with Pokemon, or Niantic's rather, vision for the game.
The radical visions.
Because they want you to be out and about, and they've made that very clear over the time, And I still think we should keep certain quality of life updates that we've had. Like, it's been nice to have the double range back, and things like that. But it's just like, keep those quality of life inputs, but also still make it friendly for kind of both play styles. But I think incentivizing, like, if you want people to go, a la Pokemon Go, incentivize people to actually be out in these events and things like that. And again, take it at your own pace, do whatever's comfortable for you.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to force anyone into, like, you have to be in person, but I think...
I'm wondering how those ones where you could boost up the stops have been. Like, if that's been a good, successful trial or not.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm curious about that
I
one.
have no data.
Because I'll sometimes see, like, a stop just, like, magically glow, and I'm like, the fuck is going on?
Yeah, why is it glowing?
It was, like, that weird aura, like a little circle,
Yeah, I've
like,
seen it.
It looks like Goku charging, but Goku's not present, and I'm like, what's happening there?
Just spirit bombs.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Your character just explodes. It just brings you back to starting a new game.
My heart would break. I mean, I'd probably quit.
So speaking of events, we've got a really fun community day coming up.
Yeah.
Alolan Geodude. Cool.
It's going to be a nice chill day.
Yeah.
Like, I think I've already strategized my day of waking up early, going for a walk, like 2 hours. Hit my stop, so then I can just chill out at the table.
Yeah.
Hopefully we should have our pins ready. We'll be doing probably Meltan boxes again.
Yeah, fun. I mean,
I need to meet the advertisement. Oh my god.
Yeah, the way I'm looking at it as unfortunately I won't be here for this one. I will be in New York, so I'll try to
Fortunately,
I'll get some. Well, I'm saying unfortunate for the community. For me, I'll just be in New York having fun. But the what I was gonna say was like my focus would be on the community aspect of this one. Some people are probably looking for Alolan Geodudes. There's probably bound to be one that's like, an Alolan Golem that's monstrous in Go League or something. So that could be something to go for. And, orange is a cool color.
Is he orange? Or I thought he was like gold.
Kind of like an orangish gold.
They are like cheese puffs.
Like goldenrod. You remember that crayon from...
Yeah. You're right.
And Goldenrod City. Let's go. Anyway.
Throwbacks.
The deep cuts. But anyway, so I think that'll be a fun time for the community. Like you said, table, pins,
snacks, waters.
Ideally, snacks, waters, a lot of banter, a lot of catching up.
Not strong winds.
Hopefully.
That's my hope.
Winds have been cool. Just don't be windy when I need to be.
Yeah.
In a place where I have a bunch of stuff out and about. But anyway, so that'll be whatever, but not too far after that. Literally 2 weeks after Community Day will be GoFest. Our remote GoFest that everyone's going to have access to. We already bought our tickets. $15, and that could be a pretty steep ask for a good chunk of people out there.
Yeah.
I highly recommend it. I think it's been getting better every year.
Plus, I feel like whenever they have these events, there's always a glitch. So if you didn't pay, maybe you might be one of the fortunate glitchers that's able to get access to shit.
Yeah.
So don't count yourself out.
There was already glitches at the Safari Zone. In Sevilla. So
see, I think Niantic just needs to embrace it more and make it funny. and it's like, oh yeah, you got this, congrats, you got like this special thing that we didn't plan at all, and just go from there. Obviously the ones where it's like shitty, where things didn't spawn correctly, I'm still curious to know what kind of makeup at the end of whatever GoFest event they have planned.
Well, that's like
their catch-all.
There's not a makeup, it's a finale event.
Well, that's going to be their makeup.
No, it's a finale event.
Okay.
It's a finale event. They're going to give you the that's why they give you the ultimate quest.
What's the ultimate quest?
Fuck if I know. That's what they're going to do. It's probably just the same answer they give us every GoFest is the long-term quest.
Oh.
That's like catch 1,000 Pokemon or whatever. And
I better see some infinite incubators drop. I better
fight
see
1,000 battles. And
God tier level 50 people being able to request gyms instead of just stops. Because they've reached God tier mode.
You know, it's a lot of work to get to 50, so
it is.
I respect it. I respect the grind. They should be incentivized, or they should be able to get something. Shiny charms, if you get level 50, maybe that'll incentivize people.
They should let you pick your path like they did for this mega event. Like, they let you pick Charizard, Blastoise, or Venusaur.
Yeah, true.
They should let you be like, what's your profession?
Yeah, are you a breeder? Because we unlock breeding for you. Are you a shiny finder, hunter? You
hunter
like
gatherer,
a Pokemon collector, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a shiny charm. Or like you said, are you a fighter? Here's
maybe you get a boost in Stardust every time you fight.
Incentives on fighting, something like that.
So much.
It would be nice if you could just have like a little class system in the game, but
I'm telling you, I think we just need to make that for ourselves and make like fun badges and shit.
Like,
what groups are you in?
I would like to
meet
see
with fellow people of similar interests.
I know we've talked about this one in the past, but I'm sure there's a lot of gray areas when it comes to community leaders, but you always see those fucking messages from Niantic. It's like, well, we've talked to our community leaders about whatever's happening.
Who the fuck are they?
Who are you talking to? If you mean you're talking to your influencers / content creators, then say that. You don't have to say community leaders. Like, yes, they lead a faction of whomever their fans are, but that they're not. We don't play.
I don't know who they is.
We don't play in Long Beach.
Far?
We don't play in Australia. We don't play in Austria or Singapore.
We're in little Aurora, Colorado.
We are community leaders in this community. And like I said, there's gray areas like what determines who's a community leader. If you gave community leaders more tools to do whatever, would it just be abused? And it's sad. It's a sad state where you have to think about those things. But I think it'd be more good than bad.
Yeah, definitely.
So I would love to see Niantic actually kind of empower community leaders to be able to do stuff. And we've done a lot grassroots. Sylph Road has been amazing for what they do. Hell yeah. When we got our tournaments together, labs, things that I would like to start doing again.
Oh, yeah.
Just for fun events. Lure Luau, even those types of events. It'd be really cool if for Lure Luau we're like, hey, Niantic, we're going to throw this huge event for our community. Can we get 10 temporary stops?
I'm wondering if maybe because they're so Twitter focused, if you have to post that on Twitter just to gain traction and see what they would do.
Well, maybe
because they never said you couldn't try something.
No,
like that.
They're always and they hired earlier this year. I saw again Trainer Tips had done an interview with them, but they have a new community manager that's trying to be more cognizant of community feedback.
Yeah.
Not just complaints, but just feedback in general, and trying to be better about supporting the people.
Well, and do you remember when that Nintendo rep showed up for Let's Go Pikachu?
Yeah.
And Eevee? That was fucking dope. And he heard of us just because he was on Facebook and knew that we were going to be there.
Yeah, I remember that.
I still remember I thought he was Popo, and I was like, oh shit, son.
We're not doing anything illegal. No, we're good.
Yeah. And he's like, no, I got merch for you guys. I have hats and shit. And that was really cool. And it was really well received. And to me, it's Niantic can use that. And again, I don't know if they're just so gung-ho about Twitter, but I feel maybe we might need to make a Twitter division to go out and maybe promote some of our shit. Maybe that might draw their notice. I don't know.
Potentially. I mean,
I'm actively against Twitter because I think it's the cesspool of humanity.
It's definitely one of them.
I think it's the shallow pool of the cesspools. I know 4chan's probably the deepest one.
The diving pool.
Yeah, but
the diving.
I know there's many others. I know Twitter can have its good graces, but I know it can also bring out the darkest in people's souls.
Oh, absolutely. You say that about
True.
Like TikTok's the same way. So like,
True.
The
algorithms.
There's a lot of good, but there's also a lot of weird, and
Yeah.
a lot of not so good. So, I mean, maybe again, increasing a social media presence is huge for any community and anything. And I think Pokemon Go was a very good, poignant point for that. The thing is, like you said, it does feel like it's like primarily just Twitter, for at least for Niantic's sake. Like
That's
you never
all I see them
it's not like
promote.
you can send them emails because it feels like they never get responded to except for by a bot. Not that that's social media, but like I doubt they're scouring Facebook because that's another different cesspool. It's the hot tub cesspool or whatever. And then Instagram, they'll tag us in AR photos and stuff like that, but that's more or less what they care about. Maybe we can make TikTok challenges for Pokemon Go. I don't know, but like ultimately, it does feel like Twitter is their main sphere of influence. So maybe we do put like some kind of social media team together to reach out to them, because I think the more voices we can get on that kind of thing, I think the more traction it may gain. But like I said, I'd love to see Niantic give community leaders and communities in general just tools to put their own events on. And I know they like to control it and they like to make money off of their events. GoFest will be amazing. Water Festival event was really good. But they've had some duds.
Yeah, obviously because I can't even remember them.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, when, there's still trials that they're updating and everything like that, but we've seen some weird events that people, like, I feel like Arbor Day event or whatever.
I like the trees.
Oh, I like trees too, but the event was weird and boring.
Yeah, and the way how they focus on Cherubi specifically, there could have been other cool shinies to focus on.
There's a ton of other Pokemon that you could do with a tree event, just like we saw with this water event. Maybe they learned or whatever, but that's what I'm saying. Like, there's those types of events that there are duds and there are good ones. So, but I think it'd be really fun if you want communities to get out, be together, do community things together. We could put on our own events, kind of like we already did with Lure Luau. But Lure Luau plus Niantic backed.
Plus Ultra.
Yeah, plus the Ultra.
Ultra.
Go beyond. So, because, I think about it like, kind of on a tangent, like Nintendo doesn't support Super Smash Brothers as a, like a fighting game type deal.
Which is
like
wild.
there's events and stuff like that. All of that stuff is completely grassroots. So they never have like really high prize value tournaments for Super Smash Brothers, even though there's extremely entertaining matches and extremely good players in that sphere. All of that is grassroots. It's all just like done by a third party organization. Nintendo has never supported them for that, and I don't think they ever will.
Which
and I
is
think
wild.
it's a huge missed opportunity. Obviously they don't need help with the the advertisement of it or anything like that. Like, you don't need help to get people to want to play Super Smash Brothers, but it would be really cool to see it be a bigger event than it is.
Without those players, they wouldn't have the platform they have, which is just silly that they wouldn't support or at least throw them a bone.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
all we ask
I think
for.
this is like
Throw us something.
This is I think it's a pretty decent opportunity if you really want people to go be part of their community, because I would love to run events where we learn about culture, like topics.
And again, we're just gonna have to host those things.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying though. It's like we can do it.
Pokemon table at Cinco de Mayo, the Pokemon table at Pride. We're just like, what's up?
We'll still do it. We'll still throw these events together. But it's just like, hey, why not? Like I said, incentivize your players other than you're throwing your own events. I think it'd be interesting, but I digress. Going back to GoFest, which is happening in a couple weeks.
Start of June,
after
baby.
Community Day. It'll be the start of the new season too.
Yes.
So we're saying Alola to Alola starting.
Most likely, we'll probably
Wednesday
do a
as
podcast
well.
before GoFest. I think
be
we
like
should.
right before GoFest.
Right
yeah.
before, like that.
It'll be
like
the
that
new
Tuesday.
season and everything else that's coming out. But point is like that's coming up pretty damn soon. For
Prepare
the
your bags,
for the
bitches.
remote ones, for those of you that are in Seattle or going to Seattle or any of the other GoFests, those are going to be happening between June and August. Yep. And then the finale event, I think, is August 27th or something, like towards the end of August.
It's like right when school starts.
Right towards the end of summer, school starting for other people, etc. Right when we throw a community barbecue or something like that. So ultimately, there's a lot to look forward to, and I think, kind of like I said at the beginning or top of the show, is like there's been a lot of really interesting things happening in Pokemon Go. I think it's been a lot more going towards fun to play again, as opposed to just kind of like...
I feel like the dried up body of it is slowly twitching, like it's coming back. It's just like a little twitchy, like, did I see that or not?
Yeah, maybe.
That's the vibe I'm getting. Like, people are still playing. It's like it's on life alert.
Yeah.
And I want to be up and walking again,
Yeah,
that's all I want.
There's a lot of things to look forward to, and I think that's the big goal. I would still love to see so many mechanical updates to the game. I would love to see certain other changes. And by mechanical updates, that's mainly like, I would love to see breeding introduced to the game still. Would love to see, changes to the gymming system, because I think it's really outdated and trash. Changes to the raiding system, and I don't know if that's just like better raid bosses in general, but like I think all these things could use a little bit of an overhaul or a little bit of tuning to be fun. Would still love them to open up more moves for each Pokemon too, based on screen gestures or whatever's happening.
That maybe give more emphasis to dodging and doing like actual movements.
Yeah, like a more active play style or something like that. Yeah. Like, hey, maybe I'm standing here and playing, but like I don't have to tap the screen. Yeah. If my phone's gyroscope senses that I jumped to the left, the Pokemon dodges with me or something like that.
Yeah, or let you shift to where it's more comfortable. Like lately, I've been having like when I raid from home, like remote raid. Sometimes I am bringing like a squad, so I have like 3 phones, and I'm tapping. Like, it'd be cool if I could move the button or the attack button, just shift it on my screen so it's in a more comfortable position for me to hit.
Yeah, like a UI, whatchamacallit, customization or something like that.
Yeah, like if I could change some of the layouts or prioritize it, that'd be cool. So it knows like I want to throw this right now, or I want to use Ultra Balls instead of Pokeballs. I can set that up to where it's just like a quick hit instead of me having
that
to
would
go
be
to whatever.
Nice. Or like going to a menu and like swiping over your ball. Like you could just set it. So like there's like a setting in your game where it's like start battles with or start catching with Ultra Balls. So that every time you get into a battle or run into a Pokemon, it's already an Ultra Ball.
Throw a pine at first, like
some kind of macro, like that'd be really fun.
That'd be sweet. And again, I remember we had talked about them saying they wanted to potentially allow some sort of customization, coding thing. So again, there's another potential idea that we're not going to take any royalties to. Niantic, just do it, please.
I'm still waiting for people to mod Pokemon Go in a way, because
remember when they shut it down.
Well, not necessarily shut it down, but it's just like I'm curious to see what the people can come up with using the Pokemon Go engine and resources, because remember they sent out that toolkit essentially, or made it available for developers to pick up on. And it's mainly for the AR side of things, but I feel like people could take that and do some interesting things in Pokemon Go with.
True.
So I'd be excited to see where that goes, honestly. And I'm curious to see people's projects and things that people are passionate about. It's always fun anyway.
It's always true.
But yeah, so like I said, we got GoFest around the corner. Mega Alteria's coming out. Got to get that one. It's gonna be fun.
Get Shaman and GoFest.
Oh, and GoFest, get the little Shaman. Tropius. Let's go.
I can't wait for Tropius. He's the boy, the man, the myth, the legend.
I wish it could be shiny.
And then
Please
Haxorus.
Shiny Tropius.
There's gonna be so many cool shinies.
I do like all the shinies. I think we talked about that last time, though.
Yeah.
It's just like those are really good shinies. I'm excited for it.
I'm glad it's over 2 days and not one.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good time, and I think what we can do as a community is have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, I was just thinking, I was like, maybe, I think for sure it'd be like if I could find some totes, just bring some like spare like super cheapy totes and just fill them with water bottles for people.
Totes, my
and
goats.
Just be like free, put them in shade, hopefully people aren't trying to like monetize from that.
No, it's gonna be part of your workout regimen. You just carry it on your back.
Oh boy. Psh.
Yeah, we get like we each have like a tote on our back,
That'd be fucking
like an old
crazy.
school apothecary, but with just water.
I'm not a camel.
You
That's
know,
not my
but
life.
bro, you're gonna
The
work
gains
out.
would be insane.
Gains.
But yeah, like I think that would be something to expect. And then I know if you're around and you see some players, like again, part of the experience of Pokemon is breaking out of your shell a bit. So if you see some players that you just want to connect with, be like, hey, you guys want to go get food and play, like do some trades?
Hey,
You never know. Like
let's
that
get some
opens
burritos.
up. Some people might be awkward about it at first, but again, it never hurts to say hi.
I always want to be awkward about it, so I like to make eye contact.
Just a deep,
Yeah.
long-lasting eye contact.
No
like,
blinks, no
unbreaking.
nothing. Yeah. Forever.
Hot.
Yeah.
But yeah, so and again, let us know, comment, whatever, what you guys are hoping for out of GoFest, what you guys are worried about, and we'll definitely have an episode before GoFest starts,
Heck yeah.
and we'll give some little tips and tricks,
Tips and
things that have helped.
rundowns.
I would probably say bring an umbrella for sure. Have one in a backpack.
Something for sun coverage, and then wear sunscreen.
Wear sunscreen.
Doesn't matter. Even
It's
us.
crazy how old people, like, not to say old people are bad, but like how much the sun can age you over time when you are reckless about it.
Well, shit. You've seen Obi-Wan, right? I mean, the show's not out yet, but
Uh-huh.
think about it. Obi-Wan Kenobi, young, beautiful Ewan McGregor,
Mm-hmm.
somehow ages to Alec Guinness's
Oh yeah,
old Ben Kenobi in 20 years.
because he wasn't wearing sunblock, baby.
Well, he's not wearing sunblock, and Tatooine has 2 sons.
Double the trouble.
Yeah, exactly. So wear sunscreen. Doesn't matter if you have beautiful skin like Jack.
I know.
I'm
even
just he needs to
cursed
wear
with this
sunscreen.
beauty.
Even I'm gonna wear sunscreen.
Oh yeah, I was wearing
And
SPF 50
nice,
today.
I'm a nice,
I get a nice
nice
chocolate,
caramel color here.
this nice copper,
Ooh, copper
beautiful.
toned. Anyway, we'll give you tips and tricks. It's a good time. I've always had a good time with GoFest. It was a lot of fun in person, just very expensive. So that's why I would love to go to Seattle. Probably not going to.
No. If they do another cool place, like if they did like Las Vegas or something,
GoFest Las Vegas.
That'd
that
be
would
sweet.
be wild.
go get margaritas for like $7.
That would be like, GoFest after dark Las Vegas.
That'd be dope.
I'm just saying in general because like essentially, they market the shit towards kids.
Mm-hmm.
Kids aren't going to go to Vegas.
No, I hope you don't bring your kids to
Kids
Vegas.
aren't going to enjoy Vegas as much as us kids will
Us
enjoy
kids,
Vegas.
yes.
So
The grown children.
I love that idea though. It's like Pokemon Go adult or like Adult Swim Pokemon Go edition or something like that.
Oh yeah.
That'd be great.
I think maybe that
They
could
give
be
you like the events like sick. They like hand out like condoms and shit.
I think that would be an event we'd have to like coordinate as part of this grassroots effort. Maybe via TikTok or something. Be like next 2023 Vegas baby.
Vegas baby.
And then we just do GoFest, and everyone's just getting
just imagine
drunk.
like Vegas themed, like and it was Vegas themed.
Oh my god!
Next year is going to be huge for Vegas because I think the Super Bowl is going to be there. The F1 is going to have a race in Vegas, which I'm super excited about because I would love to go to that. I think Vegas might be the move.
Ooh,
Ooh, maybe after raid hours Vegas,
that'd be
popping
dope.
off, baby.
That'd be dope.
It'd be fun. Well, you got anything else for the people?
No, please be smart, be safe. COVID shit is on the rise again, so just kind of keep your eye out.
Be careful out there.
Yeah,
Drink responsibly. Drink water.
Drink water.
It is
please.
warming up.
Gosh, like if you're one of those kids that doesn't drink water because you don't like the taste, I'm sorry. You need to.
That is
You
unfortunate.
need to move past that. Add some white juice to it. I don't know.
Hey, these little packets
Just
are
chug
great.
it. Do
I
it
love
like
it.
you're taking a shot, but just chug like a water
It's
bottle.
just a
or
shot
so.
of water. You can do a shot of tequila. You can do a shot of water, bro.
Yeah, easy.
Anywho,
Stay hydrated, my friends.
please do. We love you.
Yep.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.